למרטין אדוארדס, שהוא דירקטור של פרי-סיילס אינג'ינירינג באימאה בדרובה USA. בבקשה, שהוא ידבר איתנו על Protection and Governance of Data at the Edges.
Good morning, everyone. Firstly, I'd like to apologise. This presentation's in English. I will try my best to speak slowly and clearly, but if you do have any questions, we're here with Multipoint today, so feel free to come and speak to us after this presentation. But I'm here to talk about Druva and our InSync product, which provides governance of endpoint data for the enterprise. For those that don't know about Druva, we are an organisation that was founded in 2007. We are the fastest growing data protection company, headquartered in Silicon Valley, and we are backed by Sequoia and EMC. Gartner have rated us #1 2 years running in the endpoint data protection and governance arena. With endpoints and mobile data growing, we're seeing more and more data that is being held exclusively on laptops, tablets and mobile devices. 28% of data exclusively lives on those devices and isn't inside the data center in an organization. 31% of data is stored on remote office servers that aren't as easy to protect and back up and govern as those within the data centers. And as we know, growth of data is huge, and we are seeing doubling of data every 14 months. So with an IT organization controlling and owning and having visibility of that data is proving more and more of a challenge. End users with their mobile devices can get permanent data loss. That data is easy to breach. And from a litigation or a visibility perspective, it's very difficult for an organization to know exactly what data is being held on these devices. With remote office servers, IT is normally relying on unskilled IT people to perform backups on these servers that are again containing sensitive data or critical data to that organization. And when a user loses a laptop, you're losing out on productivity of that user. If they aren't able to access their data, they can't produce work for you. So Druva has come up with 2 products, InSync and Phoenix. Today we're talking about InSync, which is focusing on the endpoint, but we also have Phoenix, which is our server backup product, which is also available. And our vision on endpoint data protection. The first thing we want to do is capture data that is on your endpoint devices. And as an organization using admin control, you can determine what data you're wanting to target on all of your endpoint devices, making sure that we are capturing that data. The next is giving the ability for that data to be understood, governed, and visible to the organization. And the last is to be able to access that data or serve that data, whether that is to a legal department that needs to have an understanding of that user's data, whether it's back to that user themselves because they've had a data breach, or they are away from their machine that created that data and they need access via secure access to that data via a mobile device. Just looking at those areas. So backup and capture. From capturing the data, a happy byproduct is that we are able to provide a backup service for our end users that the end users are comfortable in using. It's non-intrusive, so the end users can still continue to work on their device whilst it is being protected. From an IT perspective, the organization has the control. We are not relying on the end users to configure and set up their accounts. Governance, having that visibility, understanding what data is on that device, being able to retrieve that data, whether that user has lost it or the organization needs that data for litigation purposes. And the ability to protect that data. If a device is lost or stolen, having the ability to remove that data, wipe the data from that endpoint device so that it can't fall into the wrong hands. Being able to look at that data and find out where that user was the last time that device was that last device connected to the system, and the ability to enforce encryption on that data on device as well. Another thing that we're doing with all of this capture of data, we're also providing a secure way for users within the organization to share that data, utilizing the same pool of data that we already have protected. So providing a file sync and share function from the same system that is secure and audited so that the organization knows what data is moving and where it is moving to. And e-discovery enablement. So the endpoint devices typically are blind to an organization. We don't know what data is there. Capturing that data within our system allows us to expose that data for e-discovery purposes. Typical endpoint collection is expensive and a manual process, asking the users to come in and take a copy of their laptop and then feeding that into a system. We can bring that data directly within the InSync system and provide it to any e-discovery tools that you have. From a back end, we need to do this in a very efficient manner. So we use deduplication to make sure that we are transmitting as little data as possible over the wire. Not only are we doing it for a user and a data perspective, we are also looking at all users that are storing their data in the same place. And we are application aware. So the logos that appear in your Word documents, your PowerPoint files, all of those are deduplicated as well to reduce the footprint, one, of data stored, and two, of the data that is flowing across your network. That's obviously giving faster backups, more efficient storage and bandwidth. So we are the best rated non-intrusive option for capturing and protecting that data. We are the first endpoint data governance solution that allows visibility of that data to the organization. And we provide anytime, anywhere access and sharing from the same pool of storage. From a delivery method, excuse me, I'm getting dry. From a delivery method, you can run the service from within your own servers. We also have a cloud-based solution that is hosted on Amazon Web Services, so we can also guarantee data sovereignty and data location. We have a few examples of customers that are using us and why they are approaching our technology as their chosen solution. And this is from anywhere that is wanting a non-intrusive solution to empower their end users to be responsible for their own data. providing a device refresh solution that allows devices to easily be refreshed without the IT intervention, right the way through to collecting and preserving data for e-discovery. We have over 3,000 customers. We have over 3 million endpoint devices protected with our solution. And there's a selection of some of the organizations that have chosen Druva to provide their data governance. We are a market leader, proven and trusted, and we are continuously innovating to deal with what is now coming within the arena. So information rights management, all of that, we are working towards encompassing that into our solutions moving forward. And that was a very quick snapshot of Druva and our products. As I say, we are with Multipoint today. Do feel free to come over and see us and talk more about what we have to offer you. Thank you.
טוב, אני